Good amount of poke here from FPX as well. You have the Ezreal, the Corki, even the Jace throwing out those accelerated shock blasts. And Leona and Maokai can both engage from very far range with their ultimates, right? Hold on to the Rift. We'll see if they learn from their oysters here in this first game of Split 2 for them. A little aggressive opening here right now. That's a Braum already having that concussive blows onto Jue. Still has his flash, really uses the Aftershock finally. Not going to do too much to defend him.
Top Esports at least going to use this, continue to throw their weight around early. Maybe looking at the grubs, but I got to say, FPX got 2. That's pretty big.
Yeah, because Kanavi tried to go for that play onto Sheer and didn't end up having that work out for them. So even though Top Esports were first to top lane play, and with the bot lane that has been continuously taking advantage of a Sumon's way.
Throwing Varus mid and kind of insta-winning that lane gives you the opportunity to move first to a lot of plays, including potential grubs, as Jaculov making his way back in here.
Yeah, Shadow can pick up 1. That would be really big. Try to even up that count at 3, but instead it's going to be a full engage, actually, with that ultimate from Shadow. Jue already forced the flash away. There's a 3-man Fate Seal from Cream, but he gets knocked back, not able to finish off anybody on FPX, and Top Esports are forced to run for the hills. 369s and only 300 HP. Care valks forward, forcing Kanavi to flash away, use the blast cone defensively. That'll absolutely lock up that grub for FPX. They prevent any of those feats of strength from going over, and they keep themselves alive in this game, Cubby. All of the engage tools from FPX first before they can follow up with the tools of their own. That's just the way that their composition currently functions. But right now, they're going to be able to at least pick up the second dragon and get some control in that department.
But hey, at least they're showing they learned something from it, Grapes, you know? Improvement.
And let's see, they're going to find something here onto Care, just a little bit too far forward. The flash not successful either. That is first blood picked up for Top Esports as they finally get themselves on the board.
Just going to be able to pick this one up, so that should be first brick and that feat secured from Top Esports, putting them quite close to feats in general. Go up against Poke Varus, because those waves get deleted. That said, Shadow, of course, going for the Andres Maokai build, being the magic damage on his team. The saplings do hurt. Maokai does a lot of damage with this build. This FPX, see if they look for a fight, but that's a big piercing arrow coming out of Jaculov. Ult casted.
Nature's Grasp. In comes Shadow. He steals away the Rift Herald. Now what can the fight look like on the other side? Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. 369 will take down Jue. Cream will go down, though. And here comes Sheer. He flashes to the wall. He picks himself up a double kill, and Jaculov is potentially caught out. He flashes into the red buff pit, but Shadow is looking to close the distance, and it's a snipe from Assume to claim the feats of warfare, the Rift Herald, and the fight win for FPX.
Okay, now things get pretty interesting, because that Rift Herald steal, the insta drop, that's going to be the outer that falls. And a Goldie now goes over to FPX at a comp where, again, they heavily outscale Top Esports in this game. So FPX taking a few steps to really set themselves up for success. And for me, the big difference maker in that one, it was Sheer being able to go over the wall and clean up the low health bars that Top Esports had.
Nice ultimate. That's all the main engage tools that Top Esports had, and he was able to clean up the rest of that fight as well. I know it was a tough early game for him, but able to turn things around and allow for FPX to get back into this game just a little bit.
He's going to be coming in here pretty soon for FPX. Shadow might have to walk his way out of this one.
There comes the ultimate as well from Crisp. Looks like Shadow not going to live through this one as the tank squad comes through for Top Esports and get themselves right back into an even playing state. Now 3 kills to 3 overall.
Is Cream going to have to ult out in Jue?
Solar Flare comes out, Cream to dodge it, and flash away from the True Shot Barrage. But it looks like the FPX want to keep going for this one, and this could be a bit of an overextension as the rest of Top Esports are able to collapse. Cream picks up the kill, Sheer will go down, and it's a 4v5 for the next 40 seconds on the map.
If the Ezreal Corki can actually get through this really beefy front line that Top Esports has in the Sion Sejuani, because that is one thing, like, you don't want to really build pen on Corki.
The Shadow has that ultimate blocked out by Crisp. Now comes the re-engage. Here comes 369. He's going to land the ultimate only onto the Maokai, but a 2-man decimating smash is all that Top Esports need to get this fight off on the right foot. Care has to Valk over the wall into the Raptor pit, and Top Esports should have control of this dragon now in a 4v5.
I talked about the scaling here for FPX, but that Sion, this fight, the first fight that we saw, top drop, that the Sion, you were able to get through it, actually kill it. Not that time around. That Sion was invincible. That is one thing about this this game. This Scion just went double armor items, lower damage, but really tanky, and then FPX being full damage. And Care.
No flash. He might be in trouble
good
here. Looks like the Soul Unbound going to go back.
Like, just the lack of damage that 369 took in the last fight, and that ult that he had was so good.
Oh, man. Jway just gets caught out, has the Aftershock, which keeps him alive for a long time, but he will finally go down to Kanavi. Now assumed in a bit of a bad spot, has to shift over the wall to prevent from that Decimating Smash from coming through. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Cream just 1v1's Care in the side lane. And that means Top Esports can fully go onto this team fight. Shadow will fall. Blast Cone forces Sheer and Assume back. But it is a 3-for-0 across multiple areas of the map for Top Esports, as they now can go towards either of these neutral objectives on the top side.
Yeah, I can only assume the all-in bot. Cream was able to land his Qs this time around against Care, who went down, and again, 369 just gets to walk wherever he pleases. These waves getting deleted by the Scion. He's able to collapse, help the team, and just refuse to get pushed out. As FPX relegated looking for turrets, and Sheer relegated to fighting this 1v2. He's going to have to run for the hills. A little bit tricky here.
Looks like he's probably going to just try to buy as much time as possible, as the Baron has already gone over to Top Esports. Looks like he does a little bit of damage, but Cream will get the help from his support, and the Krispy Kreme duo will be able to take Sheer down.
I know Assume was able to get out of there, but I like the idea of 369 even flashing forward to try and keep on pursuing that. If it's not Infernal Rift and they don't have access to that Blast Cone, I think Chase is for sure on for Top Esports.
That could have been a really bad thing for Assume if he ended up getting caught by that Sejuani ultimate, but it looks like he will be okay. However, the damage has been done through this Baron going down, Cubby. I mean, FPX were in a position where they were up in gold. They were maybe scaling a little bit, but now the gold deficit over 6K after that Baron.
It's Infernal Soul too, and you can see the kind of the head scratch of the FPX in, because Care is working his way towards an LDR. And again, you got to imagine that Ezreal is Shojin at the moment. It has to be. Oh, hold on, have a fight. 369
broke a little bit, but again, 369 just taking up so much damage on this front line. Shadow does a nice job with the Bramble Smash, but he's 3 levels down compared to 369, and he will drop very, very easily, and so will Assume. Here comes Cream as well. Fade Seal not going to connect onto Sheer, but the damage might have already been done. Care is level 16, but does not have enough damage to survive this in a 2v4, I would assume. Here comes Jway to try to buy a little bit of space, but it's a 5v2 opening up on the map. The health bars are low, but low does not mean dead here on the map for Top Esports. Care will barely survive, but he might just have to watch his base crumble in his own sights underneath his own fountain. The Nexus Towers are under fire. Still 15 seconds on Shadow coming back to life. Care will go down, and Top Esports come back with a vengeance here in the LPL and will win the game over FPX.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.